Mic check, mic check, mic check. I think we're all good. I think we're live everywhere. What's up? So I'm up late doing a coding session trying to fix a bug or some bugs in a mobile app that I'm working on. So this mobile app, I built it in React Native. It's basically almost done, but the owner of the app found a couple bugs that I'm gonna at least try to fix one of them tonight. Know it's super late, so I'm just jumping live and just having people join with me and just code with me, and I'll ask questions and try to explain what I'm doing as I do it. So if you join, appreciate you guys joining. I'm gonna try to get into working on this React Native app and fixing at least one bug. If I can fix one bug, I'll call it a success tonight. If I can, I'm on the East Coast. It's like almost 3 a.m. If I can get done by like 4 a.m. Fixing one of these bugs and get a new build out, I'll be happy. But I'm gonna try to do more of this, like where I'm just sharing what I'm doing when I'm coding, having people ask questions and stuff like that. So should be pretty cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to get started with this. So the first bug that the owner found was postcode drop down doesn't let you see what you're typing. So I'm gonna try to figure out what that is. I'm gonna open this app called DocMe. It's a React Native app. I'll try to open this up and figure out what the heck is going on. This is kind of how the project's laid out. And to run this, I hope I have the command here already. I probably don't. Let's see. Try to go back through all these commands and see if I have the command somewhere easy to run this without. So forget that. I'm gonna go to my README. Remember how to run this. And it started. Yeah. MPX React Native run iOS. So I'm gonna run the iOS. I'm an iOS dude, so I'm running this on iOS. For people that's joining, what I'm doing is trying to fix some bugs in my React Native application. And this thing is like going really slow. I need a new computer. If I'm gonna start streaming, I need a new computer. That's gonna be my excuse. Because this is going really slow when I'm streaming versus when I'm not streaming. It's just done one command here instead of, it usually like flies through all these commands. Launching iPhone 11. I probably should have ran this before. I actually probably should have ran this before I got this ready, before I jumped on live. But shoot, it's no problem. Let's see how this goes. So right now, this emulator is supposed to be loading with the app. Here's the app code. And let's see, the bug postcode drop down doesn't let you see what you're typing is the first bug I'm trying to fix. So I don't know what that is. It's building app. The emulator's coming up. Let's see. But anyway, I'm gonna try to look at the code first while this is trying to run and figure out like what is going on. It says postcode drop down does not let you see what you are typing. Postcode. Okay, so the postcode, that will be in the sign up page, I think, where you enter in your postal code. And this thing, I need a new computer for sure. Sign up view. Is there a postal code in here? No, it's like, oh no, a postal code is in the search page. It should be somewhere in here. A search. Man, my computer is like crazy slow. Trying to do this stream. Yeah, postal code is here. So he's saying like when you're trying to enter in the postal code, it's not showing. This is iOS 11. Why is this little... Oh, this is the mute button. That's pretty cool. Oh, y'all can't see that on Instagram. Oh, my app is... Okay. Emulator's starting to load now, so we're getting closer. Let's see. So the postal code. And what am I doing with the postal code? Dang, I had some crazy logic in here. Get terms. Oh yeah. I did a credit card scanning in here. So the app has a search page where you search for a doctor basically. And you can search for the doctor by the postcode and by their insurance card. You can scan their insurance card to find a doctor. You can scan your insurance card to find a doctor. You can search by location, so you like your postal code, and you can search by I think like name and some other parameters to like easily find a doctor. So here you have postal code, and in my bug list he says postal code dropdown doesn't let you see what you're typing. So I wonder what that is. What issue that is. Yeah, next time I don't know, man. I gotta get a faster computer that can do all this stuff at the same time. It's struggling. I might just end up explaining everything tonight and not being able to run it, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, so I'm thinking that maybe, I guess the postal code doesn't show up. I don't know. I guess when you type in, like, I guess you can't see what you're typing. I don't get it. Nah, this is starting to load. I gotta close some apps down or something. There we go. Yeah, everything's locked up bad. Wow. This thing, the streaming, I guess. Trying to run an emulator. Why is music open? I don't know. Close reminders. I'm gonna close all this stuff. Yeah, it's like frozen. Dang. Okay, this is going faster now. Close some of this stuff down. Let's see. Yeah, this thing is trying to load. I'm gonna get this running for y'all soon, so I can see what the app looks like as I work on it. But yeah, I like React Native. It's like, it's all JavaScript. It's very similar to React. Styles a little different. Of course, the elements are different. Like there's UI elements that are like for mobile that are specific to React Native that you have to use, which is pretty cool. But like, yeah, you use like these classes to define your screens, and then you have navigation options where you can define the header, the back title, the title of the page that you're on, like the screen that you're on, sorry. And then you can keep state. You have these functions to do different work. And at the bottom is your actual view. So it looks kind of like HTML. I think this is technically, I guess this is JSX. I don't know. But like, as you can see, dang, this thing's like scrolling even slow. But like, as you can see, there's like different components. These are all built into React Native. Like a view component, the status bar is its own component, a text input where you type in, a user can type in text, and a text, like you just put normal text in this field. What other types of fields are there? Touchable, that means it's like a button, something you can click on, or something you can touch, sorry, not click on mobile. Input here, and then you can like dynamically define the input, which is pretty cool. And then a custom safe area. Oh, this is a modal. So I have like a modal where something can pop up. So what did I have searching? So yeah, this is a search modal for specialty. And I had another modal for insurance carrier. Another modal for insurance plan. So I gotta even remember what I was doing. Oh, and at the bottom there's like styles too, like a style sheet. It's similar to CSS, but it's just specific to React Native, but it's very close to CSS. It's like almost exactly the same. Like it has flexbox, padding, color, like the same type of things, but it's a little bit different. So you have to kind of make sure that you're using the right thing for React Native and not just get like blinded into using CSS. This is not actually CSS being used here. So, but man, this thing is taking forever to like run. I guess it'll eventually run soon. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, this thing is super slow. Google is reloading for some reason. Oh yeah, this page is reloaded because of a problem. Man, so I think this gives me an excuse to like get a new computer. I think for real. Cause like it can't handle me streaming and running code at the same time. Like this computer, I got it like, I don't know, maybe like 6 years ago now. So this might be a good excuse for me to get a brand new MacBook or something. I'm kind of mad they didn't make a MacBook 27-inch. They just made that studio thing. And the studio thing's like freaking $3,000 or $4,000, $5,000 for just the screen. And then another $4,000 for the actual computer part of it, like the tower. So it's insane. Like where the this iMac is only like $2,000, which I mean that's bad, but it's not as bad as freaking $4,000. So I don't know. I might just buy a Mac Mini, and then just to find a like nice screen and do it like that, cause I don't know, man. $4,000, $10,000 on a computer, even for me, is a lot for it to just be like obsolete in 5 years. So I don't know, but yeah, I gotta do something because yeah, this thing is going very slow. Like I actually should have ran it before I started the live. Now that I'm looking at it, because it's like not loading. So I guess what I can do is go to the web app. This is not what I was going to do tonight, but so I have a mobile app and then there's a web app too that matches the mobile app. So this actually is just exactly how the web app looks. How the mobile app looks. But this is the web app version of it. So like even if you like make it like this is like how it's supposed to look. This is how it looks on the mobile app as well. So there was actually some bugs there too. So I wonder how this works. If this still works. Yeah, so if you have United Healthcare, you can go and put in your insurance and then you can find your plan. I think I got the Choice Plus. That can help you find the doctor, and you find a group of doctors, all these test doctors in here. And then you can click on a doctor. And if you have appointments, you can find appointments. It's appointments all day on Wednesday. Not on Saturday and Sunday. Location, pictures. Actually is really, really sleek. I'm proud of this whole app all around. Go back to the home screen. But yeah, so the web app basically, both of them use the same backend. I have a web app and I have a mobile app once it actually loads. And they both use the same backend. They both one uses React, one uses React Native. I'm not sharing code between them, but they work pretty similarly. I mean, there's times when I copy some of the code over for sure. And so let me see what. Kind of want to hide my email, but I think I closed my email. But I want to see. I forgot what the bugs were. So it was app bugs, and then there was website bugs. Let me go back and see what those bugs were. And I want to put my guy on blast here. My account. Whoa. Alright, so now I'm going to hide all that. Close this. So it says specialty, postal code, and carrier, which is here. He's saying does not scroll down for options. I cannot actually click the options to insert. It allows you to top, but I cannot select it to process the search. So this doesn't seem right because I think you actually can select it. Yeah. So I'm not sure what he means by that. So I might just record a video of that. Let me try this out on Chrome because maybe on Chrome it's behaving differently. Let's see how it works on here. So he's saying that you can't click on one of these. And this makes sense that works like that. I didn't find anything for this. But I don't remember. Let me reload this. I can't remember if this is this is a dentist. So I'll type in specialty dentist and search. Damn, must not have him as a dentist. I don't remember what type of I guess I don't have in here what kind of thing these people are. So I can't. Dennis. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm still waiting on this to load. This got all the way down here and still haven't loaded yet. That's crazy. Oh dang, it's moving fast now. Anybody that just joined, I'm waiting for this mobile app to load. But I'm looking at the web app right now, trying to figure out what these bugs that the client is talking about. It allows you to type in, but I cannot select it to progress the search. If you type in your user, here we go. So this loads. Metro Bundler is what like helps build an app. So it should be about to load soon. Should launch the app very soon. Oh, somebody's commenting on here. Hey, what's up, Dr. Love? I am really on live. Hey, man. What are you building? Do you use React for front end? Yes, I use React for the front end. Are you really on live? Yes, I'm really on live. Are you a bot or something? No, I'm not a bot. Yes, so for this this app here, I'm using React. For the mobile app, I'm using React Native, that's for the mobile app. React Native is for mobile app development. Yeah. Sorry, man. I'm just didn't read these comments. I'm not used to reading the comments while I'm doing these lives. But yeah. So yeah, and what I'm building this is a doctor search platform, and it has a mobile app and it has a web app. So person can visit from the website, or they can download the mobile app once it's released to the store. It's not done yet. And so it like allows you to search by specialty. So like you can find the dentist, and you can click on that, and then you can search by code, and then you can search for insurance carrier like United Healthcare, and then you can find the plan that you have, and then you can find a doctor, and then you can click on that doctor. Melvin Craddock is like my fake name. And then you can select, there's no times available for this doctor, but yeah, you can select appointment date to book. So it's like a doctor search booking app. You can see your appointments once you sign up for them. You can sign up and get your own account as a doctor or as a patient. So yeah, this app is actually, the first version of this app is almost done, but I'm just trying to fix some bugs. Like there's a list of bugs that the client found, and I need to fix them. And I was trying to fix one tonight before I went to sleep, but it is my computer is moving so slow while I'm streaming that it's just not working. So Dr. Love asks, it's a cool project, thanks. What language? JavaScript on both sides. JavaScript on the front end with React, and then JavaScript, where's my code? On the back end here. Sorry, not back end. JavaScript on the mobile app side with React. I actually using JavaScript on the back end too. It's a JavaScript Node.js service that I use the mobile app and the web app call as backend service in order to get their data, to store the data, like doctors, the appointments, everything goes through the backend to save it in the database. And so the backend is a Node.js web service. So everything's JavaScript. And somebody said, I reckon there's a lot of similar apps in the market. Yeah, there are. There's one notably called ZocDoc. Yeah, ZocDoc is probably the biggest one. And so it kind of emulates a lot of features from that, but this particular client wants to, and I don't want to share too much about what they're trying to do, but they're basically trying to corner their own market, kind of niche it down to their own market, and like they don't want to use ZocDoc anymore. They want to use their own thing that they can control. I say, like, what innovative features have you added here? Probably most innovative, I think, is the credit card scanning. Like, you're able to, not on web, you can't do it on web because there's like not a camera, but on the phone, you can scan your insurance card and it'll automatically search, like, or to automatically input your insurance carrier information. It uses like text recognition, image, like, what is it called, OCR, like optical text recognition or some optical character recognition. So it'll like figure out what text is on the card, your insurance card, and it'll find the insurance carrier and the insurance plan that you have. And then you can search for a doctor based on your plan, somebody that's like in network for you. So, but yeah, other than that, most of the features are just normal booking features. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of competition for this particular app, but it's the person that's getting it built, he's pretty notable. So I think he knows what he's doing. Oh, it built finally. And does not support push notifications. Yeah. So the simulator doesn't support push notifications. So now y'all finally can see this. And this makes the live all worth it, I guess. But yeah, so this is the mobile app over here. Let me move this thing out of the way. It's mobile app on this side. This is the web app on this side. The website or web app. It's a web application or website. If you stretch it out a little bit, you can see both side by side. As you can see, like, I made them both look very similar in design. I love the style. I love the imagery that I put on here. I just use these free images from iconfinder.com. I use that a lot. Somebody asked, do you build everything yourself? Yeah, I actually build everything myself. I mean, I will take advantage of things that have been pre-built services. Like the not credit card scanner, but the insurance card scanner. I use Google's text recognition service. So I didn't do all the machine learning. They use like machine learning to train itself, or they use it to train itself. But at the end of the day, the product that's being offered is like text recognition. So I use their service instead of like building my own service. But yeah, as far as the code and everything, yeah, I code everything myself. So like, here's all the pages of the app, the screens of the app. The screen that I'm on now is, the search screen right here. And then it's the search screen here. So the problem he was seeing in the app is postcode drop down doesn't let you see what you're typing. So let's see. When I click postcode, oh, I'm getting this like Apple thing. Oh yeah, I think I see what he's saying. So he's basically saying, I click this, I can't see what I'm typing in. Why does it not have numbers here first? Yeah. So I see what he's saying. You can't see what you're typing. Like, it covers up the screen so you don't actually see what you're typing. So maybe I can fix this bug. Maybe it's going to be the one thing that I try to fix. And I think I know why it's happening, because the screen doesn't scroll. So in iOS, in order for you to see what you're typing, the screen needs to be able to scroll up. And I think it's because it's not a scrollable screen. And so, yeah. So this screen is just a view. It's not a scroll. So I honestly think if this was scroll view, it might actually work. I'll just make this scroll view. And then go down here. Make this scroll view. Somebody asks, any advice for a self-taught developer? Man, I love that. So I went to school, so I took a different path. I went and got a computer science degree. But for being self-taught, my advice, since you don't have the degree to rely on, just getting your resume through can be a little bit tough when you're first starting out because you don't have any experience and you don't have a degree. So really on your resume, I would say like really push your personal projects. Like make a big section for your personal projects. Treat them as like real experience if you can. Like go do some freelance projects, get a contract, and put it on your resume as like I worked this contract project for blank business, and say you were doing freelancing. Like that always helps. Make it look as real as possible, and actually do it. Don't lie. Like actually do something real and put it on there and make it. You can put it on as experience. And the other thing I say is, study for the interviews, like lead code. Do self projects like this because you will get asked. Like I have had to go into interviews and design components and stuff before, instead of lead code stuff. And yeah, the other advice is just keep going, man. Keep pushing. It's gonna be hard to try to get that first job, but once you get that first job, it's off to the races. You start getting experience, and then it's easy to get the next job. Hey, what's up, Honcho? What's going on, man? Good to hear from you. Somebody asked, why don't you work at a tech company by yourself, or do you prefer to work alone? So I actually do work at a tech company. I'm not gonna mention what it is, but if you search for me on the internet hard enough, you probably can find out where it is. It's like mid-size. It's not a small company. It's not the largest. Not one of the big companies like the Amazons and Facebooks, but it's in the middle. It's large. It's a large B2B, so you wouldn't have heard of it because it's business to business. But we offer services for other businesses. It is considered a tech company because it provides software, software as a service. And yeah, so I my day job is a software engineer at this company. Senior software engineer, team lead. Dang, what the heck? How did that happen? Oh, because I put that scroll view in. So I put this scroll view in. It did not work because you see it like made it crazy. But let's see if it fixed the postal code issue. No, see that didn't scroll up. So I wonder what I can do to fix that. So this is when it comes to searching for solutions. React Native. Scroll view is hiding the text input. So how do we fix that? So somebody said, why do you worry about exposing your company name? Cause I don't want my company name in my content, cause people have gotten fired for that before. Because if they think that I'm representing the company in any way, and I say something wrong, now they're like, hey, you're representing the company wrong. Like we have rules about security. Like I'm supposed to be sharing stuff about the company online, especially not about like the code and internals and stuff like that, and some of the projects and business stuff we're working on. I'm not supposed to share any of that stuff. So what happens if I share where I work on here all the time, and I share something, and I just happen to be talking and share something that we were doing, I could be exposing something. Like, or I could be just exposing a view. I could just say, I work for blank company, and I think that React Native is bad because we used it here and da da da. This is not true, but I'm just saying for example. Or I think that this, one of our we have like large customers, so I could say one of our customers is blank 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 from the information I know from work, and it can be used against me. Now is it likely? Maybe not, but I don't know. If you looked on YouTube, like you can see some big YouTubers, programmers that have gotten fired. Like one of them, what's his name? The tech lead, like he posted, like he got fired from Facebook for his social media page. He was like talking about Facebook on it. He made a video of why I don't like Facebook or something like that. It was like the inner workings of Facebook. He was just like talking about like how it works and the senior devs versus the junior devs and like what the projects look like. And they were like, hey man, we got to fire you because you got this. So if they fire you at Facebook, then who am I? You know what I'm saying? Like, I work at a medium companies. It's large enough for them to see the video and like want to fire me. So that's why I'm not going to do that. But what other projects do I build? Oh, Honcho saying looking to build a web app. Okay, yeah, just DM me. Somebody else saying, okay, tell me every month how many projects you build as a developer. Ooh, that's a good question. At work, it's probably like, I don't know. I mean, it's new task almost every day. It's something new to do. So that's just constant. But like on my side projects, probably work on like 2 or 3 things a month. And that's the most I can do without just killing myself. So I probably have like 2 projects running at the same time. Like right now I have this React Native app I'm working on. And then I have another, what's the other thing I'm working on? A Vue application. It's like another client that has a education platform, like for searching educators. So trying to find, like helping educators get jobs, helping educators get matched with schools, programs, stuff like that. But right now I'm going to try to figure out this bug. Honcho, what's up, man? He asked, what's a good time? I don't know, man. I'm like, I just DM me, man. Figure out what you are trying to do. I'm pretty tied up right now, honestly, to be completely transparent with like all this work and stuff I'm trying to do. But we can see at least if there's some like opportunity for me to help or lead you in the right direction. Let me see. So hit high component under scroll bar when keyboard is open. Hidden text input of React Native. Keyboard aware scroll view. This looks like something. Learning how to search Google, man, as a developer is like critical, man. Oh yeah, that's a good question, man. Yeah, Honcho, man. I know who you are, man. I ain't wanna put you out there like that, but yeah, I definitely know who you are. I remember you and know you. Are you happy with the work-life balance? It seems like you spend all day in front of a computer. Yeah, spend all day in front of a computer. Work-life balance, man, it just depends. It's been times when I haven't been happy with it, when things are really hectic, and there's time, but most of the time I'm pretty happy with it. I work 8 to 5, like 8 hours tops a day, unless there's some sort of emergency or some sort of critical bug that I need to fix or critical incident that needs to be solved. So I'm pretty happy with it, man. Like, it depends, man. It depends on what team you get in, depends on the work you're doing. But I know some people that do development, and they work 60 hours, 50, 60, 70 hours a week because of the team that they're on and the escalations that happen. So it just depends. But I think for the most part, software development, it's a cushy job. You're using more mind than anything. So it's the more your stress is coming from the politics and the issues and bugs escalations, customer problems. That's where most of your stress is gonna come from. Like, but more or less, it's like a cushy job, using your mind more. It's high paying. I like it, man. I love it. I wouldn't do anything else. The only thing I probably improve is that eventually I would probably love to strike out on my own as an entrepreneur with my own projects, which is partly why I'm working on some of this stuff, to try to build up my skills and build up my ideas, and work with my partners right now to basically build up kind of like a own business. That'd be like my dream. But right now I'm working for a company and I'm doing this, and I'm kind of liking this kind of concurrency that I'm doing right now. Still have this safety of a job and insurance and payment that comes every month and every 2 weeks. And I also have the side project income, as well as opportunity that comes with that, potential opportunity and upside that will come with that. And also just keep my skills really sharp, because I'm getting what I do from work, I'm getting what I do for my side projects that I can't do at work, and I'm adding all that together, and I think it just keeps me more well-rounded. Like, I would have never learned React Native at work because I don't work on a team that works on a mobile app, and we don't even use React Native at our company anyway. So, and see, I shouldn't even be sharing that. You know what I mean? Like, if I was sharing the company name, then I wouldn't even be sharing that anyway. So, dang, looks like my internet just went out. Yeah, I'm on my secondary internet. Do you get paid well according to your workload? Yes, I think all software developers get paid. I don't care how much you work. You're getting paid substantially more than the actual amount of work that you're doing. Unless you're just working crazy 24/7, you're definitely getting paid more than the work you're doing. I mean, if you like, I'm only working 8 hours a day, and most of the time, except if there's issues, you're getting paid more for your mind, for knowing what. You're not getting paid for how much code you write. You're getting paid for knowing what code to write and writing good code. And so you're not getting paid for the number of hours you're working. You're just getting paid for knowing how to do the work. Like, it's a skilled profession, and it takes practice, constant practice and learning to keep up with it. Because the things that I worked on 10 years ago, the things I worked on 5 years ago are not the same. Some of it's the same. Good bit of it's the same, but there's a lot new too. So you have to constantly keep on going. Somebody said, "Don't worry, we're not gonna rob your company." Yeah, man, it's not. I'm just playing it safe, man, because they definitely watch my videos, and so if I don't want to say anything to make anybody think that my statements are representative of the companies. They are not representative of the companies at all. So, for sure. So, let's see. Keyboard. This is key scroll view. Keyboard aware scroll view. So yeah, there must be a library called Keyboard Aware Scroll View that I can use. Do I have to install it though? Avoiding view. Keyboard avoiding. So let's try that out. I did not mean to do that. But I don't even know if I have this. Keyboard. Keyboard avoiding scroll view. So what this is supposed to do is when the keyboard comes up, it's not supposed to cover my input. So as some of you guys could see if you were watching earlier before I went on a rant. What's happening is that element type is invalid. So yeah, keyboard, I don't have that. I need the package. So yeah, I need to install a new package. So here I can install a new package. We're gonna see how this goes, man. What's the time frame you give us? So while I'm loading, I can answer some questions. What's the time frame do you give yourself to work on side projects? Man, dude. So I work with a couple partners. We try to give ourselves like a few months. We try to estimate the project and finish it in a couple months, depending on the size. But a lot of times what happens is the customer wants more stuff. Something gets us behind. Something takes longer to do. Sometimes we finish stuff early, but sometimes it just varies, man. It's like freelance work in any profession. Anytime you're doing freelance work, the timing is always the hardest thing to control, because like sometimes by the time you finish the project, the customer wants something different, or something like that, and so it can be tough. And then juggling different projects together and trying to estimate the time, sometimes your estimates are off. So it's tough, man. That's kind of one of the reasons why we're starting to move away from freelancing work into doing our own projects. So you're going to start seeing more and more of my content shifting toward projects that I'm working on for me and my own company, versus working on projects like this for a client in their company. And so I'm going to start making paid services and stuff like that that eventually hopefully can support myself without needing to have a job. But it's going to take a good bit to get there for sure. But I am down for the cause. That's where I want to get. And somebody said, you ever think about leasing a team or being a tech manager? Oh, man. So I was a manager. I was a manager for 1 year in 2021 to the start of this year. I quit management, man. I was a manager for a year, and then I don't know. I like coding, man. I like being close to the code, and I like to architect the solutions. I like to be a leader in a technical sense, but not a leader in a people sense, if that makes sense. Like, so when you're a software development manager, what it's called in the industry, you're not gonna code much. In some places, some smaller companies, maybe you might still code a lot, but you're really not supposed to be coding as a manager. Like, because if you're head down coding, it's gonna be tough for you to like manage the team and see what everybody else. Like, you do need to be able to watch your team and be able to support your team and unblock things for them and block things from them, like block noise from them, stop them from getting distracted, keep them organized, help with planning the initiatives and planning the priority of things, help the dev processes get better. There's so much work to do as a development manager that if you're doing coding every day, you're not really doing your job. So you may at a smaller company may have part of your time coding, but most of the time you won't be coding. So when I was a manager, I wasn't coding at all. I was only managing other coders and reviewing things and helping them, which was rewarding in its own right. And I was helping them, with their raises and helping them get more money, and which was cool to do that, and helping them with their futures and helping the dev process get better, helping prioritize tasks. But I wasn't coding and I wasn't architecting. I just wanted to get back to that. And yeah. Julius said, I'll be looking to build a SaaS as well. Yeah, software as a service, man. Everybody should be looking to build one of those. If you start a business, man, and you're not starting a brick and mortar, man, you're on the right track, dude, because that's where I'm going. I'm trying to build something for sure. Thanks, Dr. Love. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you asking all the questions. Really sparked some good discussion. So appreciate that. So I had a issue. Check render method. Search screen. Let's see. Oh, I'm doing the wrong thing here. Oh, I think I know what I did wrong. I need to reference my import. So I just added it. Basically what I'm doing for people, I'm all over the place, but basically what I'm doing is adding a package. It's showing the view here, but it will keep the keyboard from covering the input that I'm currently trying to type in on my app. The customer noticed that when they try to type in one of the fields, the keyboard will come up and cover the field that they were on. So I'm using this library called React Native Keyboard Aware Scroll View, and I'm adding it to my app in order to prevent the keyboard from covering the current text input. So I don't need this here anymore. Just need that right there. And this should reload, refreshing. So this has hot reloading. I'm gonna see if this actually worked. Oh, there we go, man. I fixed the bug in front of everybody. So if you notice that before, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Before, when I typed in something here, see, it stopped working already. I don't know what happened. Oh, the keyboard's not showing. I think that's because of the emulator doesn't show the keyboard all the time. I don't know why it does that. Let me see. Keyboard, use same keyboard, toggle software keyboard. Yeah, so when the software keyboard comes up, this moves out of the way, that's what I wanted. Yep, see how it's doing? It scrolls up, it moves this up so I can see what I'm typing in. Oh, I know why it's not doing it, because I'm using I'm an idiot. So if you use when you're running the simulator, if you use the keyboard, your actual computer keyboard, it'll mess up the software keyboard. So yeah. But yeah, here when I click this moves this up so you can see what you're typing on. That was the bug that I fixed now. But I exposed a new bug with this header thing. It's out of control. I don't know why it's doing that. So now I need to, that's called regression in the industry. It's when you regress something, you fix one thing and something else regresses. And here, this title thing is not supposed to be this freaking big. So I regress something. So if I can fix the regression and I got my new fix in place, then we're off to the races. I'm straight. I have a hunch that the issue is because I changed this keyboard aware scroll view. I have a header. So this header section is here. I put this image here inside of my header section. And for some reason inside this keyboard aware scroll view, it's not working properly. And this is its. So I wonder why it's not working properly. I have no idea. Now I'm kind of confused of I guess I have to give this actual height. So I'm gonna do it like 200. Okay, that's better. Dang, but I kind of wanted my original height, so dang. I never had a height on it, so let's see. What is the height of that image? I love these images too. And you could go, like, if you need to get images for your app, you can yeah, check your CSS. That was right. But yeah, if like you need images like this, you can go to iconfinder.com to find some good royalty-free images. You can go fiverr.com and you can pay somebody to create you images like this. But yeah, man, the app can sometimes be made and broken, or made, you can make it or break it by just the imagery and the styling, and like the perception is everything. Like, or not everything, but it's a big part of it. Like, I remember Wells Fargo, when they had that WebView app. If you use Wells Fargo for your banking, man, that app used to suck, and I used to be like, why am I using this? Because it doesn't look good. So I think I need to go with 300 for this height. Actually, so I didn't have a height set before, and I don't even need this width. And so now that I have a height set, it was just using kind of like the normal width of the image based on the size of the screen. See, now, yeah. So I actually do need the width there, I guess. It's trial and error, man. That looks almost like it was before. Dang it, man. Did not mean to do that. Then I just lost the pay. I don't know what happened there. So this is almost like it was before. And then does this still work? Yeah. Man, that's beautiful. So I think I'm good, man. I fixed one bug. It's 3:41 in the morning. Using VS Code. Yes, I'm using VS Code. Love VS Code. Lightweight. You can run your React Native in VS Code. You can run React in VS Code. So I'm running literally everything for this app: the mobile app, the web app, the API layer, this Node.js. That I'm using VS Code for almost everything. The only thing I'm not is the database, which is a MySQL database. I can't see that from here, from VS Code. I mean, there's a VS Code extension for it. You can get a VS Code extension for MySQL, and then you can see your database in there too. So actually, you can use VS Code for everything. Somebody asked, how long does this project take to finish? I wonder if I can type them back in here. Months. Like, I don't even want to answer that on the comment, but yeah, something like this is gonna take you at least months. If you're working on it every day, you probably could get it done in maybe like 2 or 3 months. Taking a little longer that for us because we've had multiple updates and changes to how we want this to work, but it's very close to being done, which is amazing. I'm just fixing this list of bugs here. So I think I've just fixed this one. Postcode drop down does not let you see what you are typing. So I think I got that fixed. So I think I'm going to actually release a new version. The only thing I'm worried about is if I've made this image height what I wanted it to be, but I think I did. I think this is what it was before. But I want to play with this a little bit more to see if, like, resize mode. I wonder if, like, background images flex. I wonder if I do justify content, if I do like something like self-justify. Like justify, align, self. And then there's like options here. This is stupid. Why can't I see? flex align type. What the heck? So I didn't even write, so I don't know. I want to like, let me see. Documentation time, React Native, align self. So I basically want to see if I can like not hard cut. I want this to be dynamic, this view, this picture. And I don't want to set a hard, because like when the screen size changes of this, like if I put this on an iPad, then it's going to be 200 in height. And I don't want it to always be 200 in height. So justify content. So I want it to like stretch. Yeah, align items. So I want to align self stretch. I want to try that. See what happens. And I want to like get rid of these too and see what happens. It's probably, no, it didn't work right. So I wonder if it's because, yeah, so it's not CSS. Since it's React Native, it uses its own style system. So what I'm trying to use is its layout props. And what I think maybe the issue, and I can see what width is. And let's use points or percentages. Number string. Maybe I can use 100% in here. I don't know. So it's like close to CSS, but it's just not exactly CSS. It works similar to width in CSS, but it's not directly CSS. It's kind of weird, man, because it's like it's supposed to be CSS, kind of, but I mean, it makes sense. It's not CSS. It's a mobile app, so it's not actually on the web. It's just on your phone. But React was JavaScript. So you always associate CSS with JavaScript most of the time. So this width is 100 on that. Container. So yeah, it's just not like, I don't know, it just doesn't. I'm gonna have to mess with this a lot to figure out how to get this to work. Cause it's just like mad. Maybe if I make no height. I'm just trial and error, man. So I'll figure something out. Height 100%. Just seeing what happens when I do all this different stuff. Oops, what the heck was that? So this probably shouldn't be flex. Resize mode cover. Align self stretch. Yeah, it's just, I think I'm gonna have to just go with the height thing, man, right now, because I'm not about to be up all night doing that. I'll try to fix that later. I will try to fix that later. Yeah. So yeah, looks good now. So I'm about to just, the last thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make a new build of this on both platforms. I didn't mean to make that screenshot. So this is looking good. Now, how do you make a build in React Native? So I should make a video on this alone, but maybe I'll just cut it out of this live. Open Xcode. So when you build a React Native project, it's gonna come with, oops, I didn't mean to move that, but it's gonna come with Android folder and an iOS folder. The iOS folder will have a project file in it that Xcode knows how to open. It's like it's a actual file, it's an actual Xcode file that comes with your React Native project out of the box. So once once Xcode opens, I will be able to build the app through Xcode, build my React Native app through Xcode, just like it was a normal native app. So if you build a native app, you actually build it in Xcode, but I'm using React Native, which is a cross-platform framework, to build the app. But the build process still needs to go through Apple. Like, you can't get around using Apple stuff. Like, it's just the way that it works. So the good folks at Facebook that built React Native, which is probably something that a lot of people may not know, but React and React Native was built by Facebook to build their stuff. It's like that's when your company, you leading tech company, when you building, you get, your problems get so big, you gotta build your own frameworks. But yeah, anyway, they build React Native so that it works with Apple. They keep it updated, all that good stuff. So once this gets done loading here, I'm gonna build an app, and it's probably hard for some of y'all to see this stuff, but it's cool. We're just gonna keep rolling. But yeah, basically I'm gonna up my build. So Apple needs you to have a new build here. And so once this gets done, it's loading. It's done loading. Well, I'm gonna wait for that to do this indexing thing happen here. Once that gets done, while I'm waiting on that, I'm gonna actually do the Android version 2. So always good to do a README so you know what the heck you're doing. I actually wouldn't have remembered this without the README, because I haven't built this app in a while, because it was basically done until these new bugs came in. So Android is a little different. It's actually a build process inside of the project you have to do. So instructions here tell me to CD, change folder into the Android folder. Like I said, there's an Android folder in the project. And then call this Gradle. Gradle is a build, like a build tooling inside of Android apps. So I'm going to call the build tooling to call the build release job. Ooh, and I think I did not update the version. So I may have messed up there. So also source control here. Yeah, I see what you're talking about, like doing the width and dimensions, window width. Yeah, that's a good idea. I actually was thinking that in the back of my head, but I was like, I'm not gonna go down that path tonight. I'm just gonna get this update out and optimize it later. To take the window width. But that's a great idea. That's a dynamically base it on the window size, the image here. Like, that's a great idea. But yeah, I'm gonna probably try to hopefully get these builds out by 4 a.m. so I can go to sleep, get up at 9 or 10, at least get me 5-6 hours. Oh, this is not the same app. So yeah, I have my GitHub app here. I don't use the command line. Ooh, my password's showing there. But y'all are cool. Y'all wouldn't steal my stuff, would you? Dang, so yeah, this is 32. So what I want to do is check in some of this stuff, not this. I added a new package. Need to check in my lock file. These are the code changes I made. I added a new scroll view, and I changed the height of that image to fix that regression bug. And there's a yarn.lock file I need to check in. So I'm actually going to check this part of in. I'm not going to check in the project updates yet. I'm going to check this in to say fixed issue with keyboard covering input. And make sure one more time before I commit that I'm committing what I want. Yeah. And then I committed it locally, but now I need to push it to the server, to GitHub.com servers. Push this. Yeah. All right, so that's committed. And then the last thing I have to do is I have these version changes, which I usually update. Yeah. So I update iOS version to build 31. So I'm gonna actually update iOS version to build 32. I like to just put these in their own separate commits. The other thing I need to also update the Android version too. So it's 16. I need to update it to 17. So you have to have a new build when you update these to the beta apps. Update them as beta versions for your people to test. But actually, you need to change the Android one. So I need to go to Android app build Gradle. So, like I said, it's an Android folder. It's an app folder. There is build Gradle. This is where you can change the version of the. Jeez. 17. Now I should say that in here. Yep, 17. I'm gonna commit that. Now all my code's committed. I'm not gonna change this. This is something local I just need here as a password. So all my code's committed. Once this gets done, I'm gonna actually try to submit this app. Sorry, here. This is still building. These might take a long time to build. I don't know if I'll finish these by the time I get off of here. So we'll see. Alright, so I'm just waiting for this to load. Initializing data. Maybe I don't need to wait for this to load. I'm just gonna try to archive it. So archive, this is basically making a new version of the app. Yeah, it looks like I didn't have to wait on that. So I might just try to end it with showing you guys how to or not showing you how, but just, you're just with me. You guys are just with me while I do this. Updating a new version of the app to Test Flight, which is the beta app service for Apple. And I will try to do the beta app service for Android, but dang, my certificate expired. Really? No. Expired on September 17th. Man. Get out of here, man. So I have to do that too. Yeah, I might do this tomorrow. This is a lot of more than I thought I was going to have to do tonight. Just let me try it. Apple developer website. So there's certificates you have to build your app on the Apple developer site. And Apple developer site is where you actually sign up to be an Apple developer. You have to, I think you can sign up for free and start working on apps for free, but you have to pay to actually have an app in the App Store, $100 a year. And these certificates kind of like are like the security around your build, so nobody else can just make a build of your app and submit it on your behalf. I believe that's the reason for them. I actually don't even really know what's the exact reason besides for that. Dang, did I really lose all the keys to my app? Nine 17/22. Yeah, all these expired except this one. That's crazy. So what do I have to do? Status expired. No certificates available. Dang, so when the certificate expires, it's just gone. Like you don't even, that's crazy. Dang, so my push notification certificate's gone too? Dang. That's crazy. I'm definitely probably not gonna be able to do this today. I might just do the Android version tonight. Build this one more time because I actually updated the version this time. Yeah, y'all might just see the Android version tonight. Y'all might not be able to get the might not be able to see the other version. Keychain access. Man, that's crazy. All my keys expired, so it's gonna, I need a push notification certificate. I need everything over again. That's crazy. So I need to test the push notifications all over again too. So the keys, the old keys are probably stored in here somewhere. Let's see. $100 a year based on each app. So Apple makes you pay $100 a year just for your Apple developer account. So once you get that, you can add as many accounts as you want, many apps as you want. Sorry. So just $100 a year for one account in the App Store that you can release multiple apps under. But what happens is, like, if you have separate, you have to assign your business or you can make an Apple account for yourself using your social security ID, or you can use your business, like DUNS number, your business and your BIN, I think it's called, business identification number. So you can either make a entity in the App Store that releases apps based on your business, or you can make that entity based on yourself, like Kelvin Graddick released 1, 2, 3 apps to the App Store, or Kelvin Graddick, KG.codes, my business, released apps to the App Store. So what would happen is, like, if you wanted your app to say it was made by a different name, then you would have to pay another $100 to come up with a different account that you named in a different way, like based on a business or somebody else. So sometimes that's happened where our brands our customers are like, we want the app named after blank blank, and I'm like, yeah, you have to make a whole nother account for that. Like, we want to that just ends up being what they want. But some questions that go with that, or there's some details that go with that. Let's see. I'm trying to find. Oh yeah, certificates. They changed this screen. Yeah, all these expired, man. Dang. August and September. So they expired last month. So I haven't built the app in a while. Let's see. Wavelength development key. Man. Element key, wavelength distribution key. Alright, so I gotta make a new keychain access. Shut up, thing. Development key. Disk. Alright. So this Apple gives you instructions how to make these keys. You have to make something on your computer. Then I saved it to my desktop, and then I actually have to like upload it here. Download your certificate. Click on it. That certificate will be loaded here. Now I have a new certificate in here. So I have my old one that was expired, and I have a new one. And then you need to have a certificate for your dev environment, and you need to have a certificate for distribution, which is like production. Like this is your actual app going to the app store. So I need to make a whole new one. So I go back here. Oops, I'm not trying to do that. Certificate. Request certificate. Whoa. It's mad. So let's see, in the meantime, did our Android build went through. And I want to shoot. I don't even remember where the Android build goes to. Let me see. Oh, build folder, yeah. So if I open this folder, outputs, I think, in APK, debug. Dang, is it there? Bundle, release. I think it's this one, ABB. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna switch gears for a second. No, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing because it's just getting confusing now. I'm just jumping around. What I need to do, new Finder window. I need to save get out of this view. I need to save my, so these certificates, you need to save these files so you have like a backup of them. But shoot, I can't remember where I'm actually saving those at. Software development certificates. Wavelength. It's 2022. Alright, so here I need to go here. Blank. Development at wavelength. See. Wavelength distribution key. Save the disk. Put that in here. Distribution. Close that. Right here, choose file. Download this. I'm just saving a copy of the both files on my computer, so I'll just have these. Make sure both of these got clicked, first of all. Yeah, they both got added. Yep, so both of these got, this one expired the year before, so I can delete this. This is Foamlicious is key. Want to keep that one so I remember. Yeah, this one expired a whole year ago. I always keep the last one in here so I can remember what the heck these keys. Somebody said you like using React Native over building a separate app for Android. Yeah, because I can share the code between Android and iPhone, so I don't have to write separate code for both, because otherwise I'd have to write code in Xcode using Objective-C or Swift, or I'd have to write code in Android using Java or Kotlin, and I'd have to keep those completely separate. That it works separately. How you build the apps is different. The format is a little bit different on how you create the apps. The app lifecycle is different. There's a lot of differences. There's things that are similar, but there's a lot of differences between Android and Apple when you're talking about native development. But when you use React Native, it like commonizes everything, and you do it all one way, and then they export it to the two different platforms, and they do all the work of transpiling it to how it works on each platform for you. And you just worry about writing the code in one way, and it just works. And it's really performant. Like, that was a problem with older cross-platform frameworks, is that they didn't work as well, they didn't look as good, they just weren't performant. But React Native is known for being super performant in the way that it renders the apps when at build time. So when it builds the apps, it builds them as native apps. So they're really no different from a native app once they're built. And so because of that, they're super performant. And so you don't have the drawbacks of using the framework. You just get all the advantages without the drawbacks. So, I mean, there are drawbacks because it's not native. React Native has to keep up with the, because it's not native, React Native has to keep up with the APIs of both, and sometimes it can get behind, and Apple updates something by surprise, and then React Native needs to update to account for it, so there's this delay. Sometimes React Native has bugs in it, and they have to get fixed, and upgrading your React Native version can be difficult. It'll break your app, and you have to fix your app, and then you have to fix any issues with React Native, and you have to fix any issues with the native platforms themselves. So there are disadvantages. If I had to choose, if I had the time and I wasn't just a one-man development team, I would definitely, Julius, as you asked, I would definitely go native though. Because native, you're still gonna have the most flexibility, and you're gonna have the deepest customization with native. With React Native, you're kind of using their APIs, and if their APIs can't do something, then it's gonna be really hard for you to do, rather than if you were going native, because you have access to the native APIs and code and things that they provide for you. So if I had to choose, if I was building like a highly scaled thing, and like if I had if let's say I build something in React Native and it takes off, I would probably eventually rebuild it in native. But life is all about execution, optimization. And so to get started with something, I definitely would recommend using React Native over trying to build natively if you're trying to save some time. Because what's going to be better than perfect is done. Done is always better than perfect. And React Native allows you to get done very quickly. Instead of waiting around until you spend 6 months doing just the iOS version, and you get done with that. Now you got to spend another 6 months doing the Android version, or you end up waiting a year to try to do them both, or let's say it's some subset of that year, like 7, 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, and then you finally release, and now you figure out, oh dang, this ain't even what I wanted, or this isn't good enough, worst case, and you spend all that time when you could have just done it in React Native in like 4 months and just, got it out there and saw what the market, was giving back to you as far as feedback. So I'm going to try to archive this again. Archive. So now I have my new keys. Download provision. Oh shoot, yeah, this ain't going to work because I haven't done everything I needed to do here. So now that I have these new profiles, I have to go to my new certificates. I have to go to each profile and update it. So for this one, edit, assign a new profile. All these devices are still good. Now it's active. Now I got that. Click on it. It'll add it here. Go back. This one, do the same thing. Maybe I'll do a video about this one day of like what this actually is. Actually, I don't even know if people actually understand it, man. People just know to do it, but I don't know if anybody actually really understands it. Oh, I gotta do all of these. Oh, select all. I don't need to save these because I have these. So these are my push notification profiles. Definitely need these. I think I gotta redo the push notifications. Or I gotta redo something. Alright. Okay, so now this thing should actually build now. Man, it's gonna be 5 o'clock before I get to sleep. Okay, now I'm gonna move over to the, while this loads, I'm gonna move over to Android to try to save me some time here. So you do that in Google Play Connect, something like that is named. This is not the account that I need to be on. Oh shoot, now I'm gonna have to figure out what account. I think it's Wavelink. One of these. Dang it. Hope this is the right one because I don't even really know. No, I don't want to do this. Yep, it's in here. Dang, what is this? May 18, 22. Oh, Foamalicious, yeah. Forgot about that. Now it's asking me to do something. This is the iOS app doing this. Always allow. Doc me. And so you can do open testing, closed testing, internal testing. There's like pre-registration. There's all these like steps you can do. I think right now, what was I doing last? Open testing or closed testing? I think I was internal testing. Yeah, 16. So now it's 17. So create a new release. Wait, hold on. Did it just tell me I couldn't release a new version? You cannot submit updates. Y'all are tripping tonight, man. They just want me to work. Want me to work tonight, man. Uploading. So you have to take the file I generated for Android, this AAB file. I'm uploading it as a new version on Google Play Console for an internal testing build of the app. So I'm not ready to release yet. I'm just doing a new build that contains this fix in it, which I didn't even test yet because I don't even have an Android. I have an Android device, but I'm not gonna test it. I'm gonna just test it on the phone. I'm gonna see if it works. That's not the right way to do it. I should have tested it, but this is what we're doing tonight. So yeah, I can put in a release update here. This is for beta testing, so I want to say what I actually did. And I usually just take the history here. I fixed issue with keyboard covering input. So for the here, put that. Save that. 17. Review release. I might get this out quick. Will it let me? Dang. It's saying something. Fix errors to roll out this release. It's going to make me do something. Saying I'm missing some information, data. Tell us about your app security stuff. You always got something new, man. Your app collect user data types. God, I don't know. Oh man, bruh. They're just making me go through all this. Oh yeah, I think I do, yeah. It does collect some data. No. I get prox location, I get both. Use IDs. I don't have their address, do I? No. Phone number. Yeah, I do get address. None of that crap. Financial info. I don't save any of the financial info. Health and fitness. Yeah, some health info. Messages. Photos. Calendars. Contacts, app activity. Web browsing, no. App info. Yeah, I want crash logs. Alright. Jeez, I gotta go through all this crap, man. They're like, they're basically, yeah, it's collected, but it's not shared, y'all. Let's store the memory. User can choose. This is a lot, man. basically asking me what information of like this is what's going to show to the people that download the app. Precise location. I might have to come back and change this later because this sounds really complicated. I gotta go through each one of these, man. Wow. That's crazy. I'm not about to sit here and do all that right now. And this is still archiving. This is crazy how long it takes to do some of this stuff. Just to build this app. Don't need that anymore. Don't need that anymore. So we have an app competition at my school. Would you recommend an iOS application or Android? I recommend iOS. iOS is kind of, I think Android has more market share, but iOS is kind of like the de facto standard when it comes to mobile apps. Like most companies build their iOS app first, and then they base the Android app off the iOS app. Like no matter, I know everybody got different opinions about iOS versus Android, but that's just kind of the truth in the industry that I've seen, you know, from my personal experience. Just my opinion is that most of the time the iOS version is kind of like the flagship version, and the Android version is kind of the secondary like version that gets copied from the Android version. So I'm sure different people have different opinions, but for most companies that's what I've seen. So I would say an iOS version, iOS app. But really, man, I mean, if you're doing a competition at school, then if it's you working on it or if it's you and some teammates, I would use whatever personal device that most of you have. I don't think it matters as much to that degree where like you have to use iOS first. Like build it in Android if most of y'all use Android personally, because then y'all gonna build the best app possible with what you most use and are comfortable with. So yeah, that's what I would say, man. That's a great question. And good luck on the project. That's cool. I don't know if you're in college or high school. I'm assuming probably college, but either way, man, doing an app at that level in the schooling level, I definitely didn't know how to build an app in any schooling situation. So doing it that early is a great skill to build, because then once you like figure out what you want to do after school, you know, if you figure out you want to build an app, you're already going to be like super prepared, like more than most people. So that's pretty cool. I think building the apps, man, there's still room for apps to grow. Everybody says it's like what is it? What's the word? Like saturated. Like they think the app market is saturated, but I don't know. That's not true. Oh, okay, senior at OSU. That's pretty cool, man. That's what's up. I wish they would have made us build an app in school. Honestly, man, I would have hated it while we are doing it. For, schoolwork, you just kind of don't like it, but that's a great project to do in school, man, for sure. Like, you can put that on a resume. Like, after that, you could go build your own app. Like, that's a great skill. That's practical, man. Most of the time in school, that's my problem with school sometimes, is like it's so theoretical, and you need the theoretical stuff and foundational stuff, but you also need the practical stuff. Like, how do I build an app? How do I build a website? And I feel like a lot of the universities shy away from that, and they go more toward the theoretical stuff. And like, you really need the practical stuff. How do I build a project? How do I use GitHub? How do I use source control? How do I work with other developers, using source control? Like, how do I get a job? How do I interview? Like, they do a lot of less How do I build an app, man? Like, they do a lot less practical stuff, but I don't need that anymore. I'm waiting on this to build, and it's 4:30 Eastern time. The phone's about to die. Let's see how far we can make it before I crash and try to finish this tomorrow. And I guess, I don't know, man, this was pretty cool. I might start just going live every time I'm working on something. I don't know. It might be a cool thing to do. I want to go live on TikTok too. But I need a phone. I need like I don't know if you can see this phone right here. I have well, some of y'all. Well, yeah, you can see it, even if you're on Instagram. I have Instagram phone pointing at the screen, which isn't optimal. But Instagram doesn't give you a stream key by default. And then I found a way to get a stream key for Instagram, and it doesn't notify the followers. Like, nobody joins it if you use a stream key, because Instagram doesn't do that thing where it like says I'm notifying your followers, so nobody watches like when I use the stream key. So I'm using my phone, because it's like the most people that join my streams are on Instagram. So that's where I want to be present. But I'm gonna work on this. I'm gonna find a way to like share my screen easier with Instagram, because like on PC it looks really good. On like these other channels like YouTube and Twitch, like especially when I have the phone view, it looks like amazing. But in quality. But somebody said Ty, I think his name. What's up, man? He said definitely that in CS. Only time we really go outside of the theoretical materials, internships. Yeah, man, that's school for you, especially university, man. It's a lot of gen ed classes that have nothing to do with your major, and then even in your major, there's a bunch of theoretical stuff like that. Concepts that will aid you in your career foundationally. In interviews, data structures and algorithms will be useful to you, especially. Some of the conceptual stuff will definitely go a long way with your career, but it's only like half the battle. Like, a lot of it's you're gonna learn in experience. You're gonna learn so much in that first job or the internships that you're doing or that you've already done. You're gonna learn so much that you're gonna be like, man, why did they teach none of this stuff in school? That they could have easily taught this stuff in school, like while they were teaching other stuff, but they just don't. But I don't know. I should probably stop talking about it, because I haven't been in school in 10 years. So, so it might have changed now, man. School might be a lot better than it used to be. They might teach a lot more stuff. But appreciate your comment, man. Appreciate you joining. If you're still on here for the time that you did, appreciate everybody that's joined tonight. It's been a lot of people in and out, so I appreciate y'all rolling with me for this late night coding session. I'm surprised people are even up and joining, so it's pretty cool. Maybe I'll do this more often for sure. I'm still waiting on this here that I'm shaking to load my build so I can upload it to test flight. And maybe if I'm gonna wait on that, I might as well finish these. This is my Android build that I'm trying to. They're making me put in my data usage and handling for the app. So it's making me say how I'm going to collect the data. No, this data is not processed numerically. What is the email address? Yes, we need email address. Jeez, man. You make me fill out every single one of these things. This is crazy. This is going faster than I thought, but this is crazy though to me. I'm gonna come back and redo this later. I'm just trying to get through it. My computer is going slow. I got a really good excuse to get another computer now in order to do these streams. Streaming is, I mean, it like can't handle it. Like, I don't know if y'all can even tell, but like everything is slow. So now I already know what to click. That's why I'm just clicking through this without reading them. I've already read it. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Jeez. It is making me go through every single one of these things. I'm about to like... This is optional. I should take this one off. Health and fitness. Collected. No. Well, I think I don't save. Yeah, I do save it. It's not required. App functionality, personalization. No, it's not personalization. App management. Wow, man, they should let you do all these in one go. Dang, man. Analytics. This is crazy, man. Hey, what's up? Thanks for joining, man. Let's see. Yeah, this is like boring everybody, I'm sure, man. This is crazy that I have to do this. These files is for app function. I think this is the last one. All right. Okay. Finally. Jeez. Okay. Now I'm going back to my internal testing. I have a new version. Edit release. Review release. Yeah. Man, I can't believe we made it to this. I think everybody, some of the people left. Some people didn't make it with me, man, but it's cool. I'm glad y'all came along when y'all did. We finally released the app to the App Store. I mean, to the internal testing for the Google app. So here's the link here. Yeah, so that is great. So one down, one to go. Just got to get this build for the iOS version and get it up to iTunes Connect and Test Flight, and we'll be done, man. I'm getting off of here. So if I go to sleep at 5, let's go to sleep for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have 5 hours to sleep. If I sleep that long. Yeah. Computer is going incredibly slow. Like it's going even slower than usual now. So if you ever seen Test Flight before or know what Test Flight is, it's where you can have test build versions of your app before you release it to the App Store, and then you can use it to test yourself, have your family help test, or if you're building this for a client, you can have your client test it. So for this particular app here, I have a couple builds on test flight. I just fixed the bug earlier tonight. I'm trying to release it to test flight so that the customer can test it. No crashes, luckily, for the last however many versions. And so right now, since my computer is going so slow because I'm streaming, I'm just waiting on it to build. It's almost done. And why is this still here? I thought I moved that. Should be software for certificates. Yeah, this should be in here. Holding on to those developer certificates that I made earlier. Hey, I wonder how long this stream is. I don't see a I don't have a timer anywhere. That was 3:15 when he sent that, so I've been on here at least a couple hours already. Crazy. I guess I didn't start till like 3. Something is zooming. I don't know what that zooming sound is. But yeah. I'm looking on Instagram. Appreciate you joining. So I'm waiting on this to build so I can upload my new version of my app to the apps, to not the App Store, but to the beta testing test flight. So I'm waiting on this. The last thing I'm going to do, I fixed the bug. I'm going to send an email to the client. I might do that in the morning though. Send an email to the client, let them know I updated the app. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna do this more often though. It's cool this keeps me focused, man. It keeps me off my phone and I'm just working on the solution. Because what happens a lot of times when I do these late night coding things, I get on my phone and I'm like on my phone for like an hour and then I hadn't done anything. So this keeps me off my phone, keeps me focused. I'm talking through everything. Getting used to talking through things. Explaining stuff. So, pretty cool. Hope the sound was on this whole time though. I think it was. Dang, man, it's like so close. It's loading here. So I wonder what happens if I click view on Twitch. What happens? I can see people on Twitch. It's Inception. Dang, man, my computer is done. Look at that, how slow it's like the internet is loading slow. That's the delay. I've been on here 2 hours. Cool. That's what's up. Yeah, but feel free if you're on any of the platforms I'm on, drop questions in. Got some great questions tonight, man. That will surprise me. Especially on Instagram, but some on Facebook too. Appreciate that. If you're still on here, I really do appreciate that, because that definitely made the night. Since it's my first stream like this where I'm just streaming while I'm coding, so it was there's a lot of things that happened that didn't expect. Stuff was loading a lot slower than I thought. So I appreciate y'all asking questions early on for sure. But yeah, once this thing builds and I get this like new version up on the beta site, I'm getting off of here for sure. But yeah, it's really close, but it's like it's stuck or something. So I don't know. But all I need to do, once that gets done, all I need to do is upload it and I'll be done. Hopefully tomorrow I might go live again like this, but I'll do it earlier because I don't think I can stay up this late again. But we'll see. I don't know if this thing is even moving anymore. But anyway, yeah, thanks for joining. Yeah, because there's nothing to do until this loads up. Oh, yeah, it is loading. So I'm real close. Let's see. It's an app built here. I could like fix other bugs while I'm waiting on this for sure. There it is. Distribute app. So for everybody who made it this far, man. And if you didn't, I do not blame you because this thing is going so slow. Like, I wonder what my... So this is how you build an app. Distribution, doc.me. You pick all those certificates I made earlier. But yeah, I must be like really destroying my RAM or memory or something because this thing is like crazy. You know what? It might be my actual like CPU that's like dying. Yeah, it's like red. Yeah, OBS is, oh man. OBS is using 209% of the CPU? The heck does that even mean? What? How the heck can it use, that's percent. So percent is out of 100. So it's using 200% of the CPU. That's crazy. So no wonder, man. Man. So it's the CPU. I need a better CPU. So no matter what I do with the RAM or anything like that, it's not going to help me. I have to have a better CPU. Jeez, man. Oh, so GPU. Yeah, it's using 200. That's crazy. So I'm about to upload my new version of my app to iTunes Connect. Gonna upload it in test flight. And then I'll be done. I would have updated my new thing. So next time, like, I'm gonna try to find an issue that is going to be more coding based. Because right now I'm not doing much coding at all. So I'm sure people that was looking for coding are like, hey man, what's going on with the coding? I didn't have to do anything but change one line. I just had to change this is how it goes, man. This is programming. Sometimes like the code, you change like one line of code and everything else is just like everything else is everything else. Barely any actual other code. But man, I wonder how many people joined overall. It was a good amount of people over the course of the last 2 hours. So appreciate y'all joining. I wonder if it's gonna push my account. But yeah, please, like on any channel you're on, please follow Twitch. I see somebody on there. Thank you for joining, man. Somebody's been on there for a while, it looks like. So thank you for joining. I appreciate you. Leave a comment if you want. You know, no pressure to do anything. But just watch. Appreciate it. You know, drop a follow if you want to stay tuned to everything I'm doing. I'm definitely going to keep doing the coding challenges. I'm going to keep doing the live coding like I'm doing now, just working on my projects in real time, sharing that with you guys. And I'm going to I'm going to think of other stuff to do live too, around programming and tech in general. For sure. Dang, this thing's going really slow. So I'm probably gonna... Oh, it's going now faster. But man, this thing, OBS is crazy. I guess it's what it has to do to actually process the stream. I didn't realize it took that much. That's graphical. That's crazy, man. So I really need to close anything down that I don't need. It needs to be closed. Oh, one thing I can do is test my web app on Chrome. Damn, this computer is going really slow. So he said I can't click on a specialization in the app. Yeah, that works. So I don't know what he meant by that. I'm gonna have to record a video and see what he's talking about. It's working for me perfectly. I don't know what he's talking about. App uploaded successfully. So now that uploaded, I don't need this. I can close down Xcode. Save some bandwidth there. Now reload this, it should be processing. Yep, 32 is processing. So once that processes, I'll be ready to